Morning. This is a continuation or just a second, I guess, upload to the other video I did last night. It is February 17th of 2024. Okay. Um, as things were happening to me, and I have not explained all things. And the reason why I haven't explained all things that have been happening to me is because, uh, things intensified for me when um, my boyfriend, you know, God bless the dead, rest in peace, and my brother, you know, got into it. Shots was fired, and my brother, jail, boyfriend, deceased. And and my nephew, my little favorite guy, had to go back to college. So it was like in 1 minute, 30 seconds, three men were gone. Yes, it's devastation there. It's strife, it's hurt, it's turmoil, it is grief, you know, any process because I've always been a thinker. You analyze it, you know. I'm that type. I went to school for, human services. I went to school. I understood behavior. Everything I did was for people. Human services, selling insurance, being a CNA, one and two. I did everything with people. And then I would have different businesses on the side because I'm a fan of multiple checks. Fan of that. I want to get paid on the 1st, the 15th, the 30th, every Friday, every 2 weeks, once a month, on the 3rd. Residual income, passive income, all of that. Um, and the way I was multitasking everything before, there were people that strategically stripped me of the representation of me, from my business to my health to my um, financials, you know. And sometimes you look at life and you say, what really happened, right? Other times you look at life and you come to understand what actually took place, okay? And so as I understood what actually took place, and I said, everything has been orchestrated. Even like the crime scene, I was just like, this is not, no. This crime scene has been messed over. And it made me go deeper within on a whole nother level. And I realized that even though I lost three, I was still the main target. And I was already on a quest to, trying to get some things resolved and understood in reference to who I am. Uh, Reality is everybody else knew who I am. And their main goal was just not wanting me to be successful and achieve success or recognition or be seen, because that would be the death of them, whoever all of them are. I don't want to mention names, but I do know. But it was so many. And when you have chatter and voices in your head and you think you're going crazy, you're not. Absolutely not. Those are people, actual people, still living people in your energy that have called on whatever form of a deity that you don't even know that you are, but they've prayed on you both ways, because they want something from you, and those people have it. See, the world of multiple personalities, schizophrenia, and all of that, it's debunked. They don't want to tell you that, but it's debunked. They know it's a form of spiritual warfare. If they tell you that, the business goes down. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand the maze, that means you don't even know you're a participant in the maze. That also means you are not aware of how you're being used in the maze, right? So it's a whole workup to it, okay? But the main reason why I'm on here saying something, I have family and I have friends that usually when people go through changes in their life and it's significant, they want to go around family and friends and like just tell them, and maybe you have conversations about it and you get happy about it and things. I was on a quest to get my life back. I didn't necessarily care at all about running around talking to people and telling people. I had so many traumatic events happen back to back to back constantly that no, I did not trust a soul. I did not trust a spirit of any kind that walked around here in some earthly flesh. You know, I went to God about everything. I've always done that. But people would say things like, well, your life is this way because maybe you're living wrong. You're doing something wrong. And you need Jesus. You need to get the Bible. You need God. And I'm telling you, sometimes I have said to people, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? You act like I don't have God. You act like I was able to survive all this shit by myself. Stupid asshole. You get what I'm saying? But I try to pull that part back, you know. And I would tell people like, yo, it would piss me off when people would throw that in there. And that's that bullshit and that fuckery. Those folk that do that already know what they're already doing to you. You get what I'm saying? But they're hoping that you get lost in the sauce like a lot of us, and not understand the Bible, not understand the metaphors, not understand the physicalities to it all, and not understand the timeline or the history, you know what I'm saying? And not understand the confusion. It's like they already work for your ops, and the ops tell them keep confusing her. So when I've shared before, instead of people being uh, praiseworthy, they would still look at me like, yeah, she ain't really doing that. She ain't really. And they're not even understanding that the God that they think that they are talking to, it's like they're living a double life. You think you're being in the upright, but when you have deceitful practices behind your uprightness, you, my friend, are possessed. I'm laughing, but it's really not funny. It's the absolute truth, Because, see, God doesn't speak death upon you. God speaks life upon you. God only offers and what's the other word? Carries out death when you disrespect him, you disrespect his sacrifice, and you disrespect your life. You know, you you don't appreciate how you're living. And you can have the best life in the world. But anytime you want to take from another, you are disrespecting God. Because the devil knows that's the mischief, the deceit, the confusion, and you're not supposed to do that. God knows that too. You know it too. Right and wrong is just as cut and dry, plain and simple as that. It's no confusion in it. So you can't be on one day or a couple of days a week in the upright, and on the rest of them just a disgusting person. And thinking you can tell people stuff, cast out judgment, all that. I'm doing this what?
Oh, I was gonna ask you if can we go to one more when you're done?
We'll go in a little bit. Why are you so pressed to go? I told you I clean your stuff up in the living room, and I still got to do your hair. Kids think it's all about them. All the time. No matter the time. Or when the time occurs. Ugh. Anywho, the disrespectful act always builds up. And it's not that God is keeping score, but score is being kept. So that negative route, no matter whether it's in front of your face or behind closed doors, it's still monitored. And it's still caught because God does the catching. You get it? So, like, myself knew what myself did and didn't do. Myself aligned with God, even when other people didn't align with me. Myself understood how and when to remove myself. Because when you talk to people, you express yourself to people, and you tell people, like, hey, I don't appreciate this. I don't tolerate this. You're not going to do this. And I don't understand how you don't understand the word no. When people don't understand that word, when people think it's okay to just keep carrying out um, their wishes on you, you know what they're saying? Devil. Devil always has a mission, and that mission is to throw you off yours. So, like, when God knows who you are, the rest of the world, they can't stop you. They can try to hold you and slow you down, but ultimately they cannot stop you. Okay? And um, the devil doesn't want you to know that and understand that. They want you to just keep being the opposition. Now, this is where the tricks come in. The devil possesses a godly being. You know the way the devil is able to possess a godly being? Because when wars were raged back in the day, the bad folks desperately wanted to cling to the good folk because their legacy, lineage, and all that was dying. And so we were helping them live, but they were still doing dying acts. So it still would lead you to death, right? And when you are a living being coming from a living place outside of this planet, you have so many things that other people don't have. And they get into you. And what I mean by get into you mean they would do the black magic and they would be able to see what's in your mind, how your body is, how your DNA and signature makeup is. And it's deceptive and deceitful practices. You know, it's uh, a violation of spiritual law, but they don't care. You know, the people that do, God's people. We are the most subjected and tormented people on the planet. You know, our value is the highest value on the planet. You know, it's a different form of currency. And this different form of currency cannot cannot be taken away. It can be siphoned, but it can't be taken away because energy is what you can't see, even though it is something you know that's there. So, like, I didn't tell my folks or friends or associates or um, in business with or anything because I've told people before. And it's like all they want to do is just test it, make fun of it, or look at me like I'm just going to laugh and joke with her, but she don't know what she's talking about. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I will say to all those people, I bet you believe me now. You get what I'm saying? The world must change. If you do not like go through that process to change yourself, God will do it for you. All the things you put out in this world, and it's of a negative nature, and you don't put out anything positive in this world, right? And I know people are looking at it as the whole world, but I'm really talking about your world, your portal, yourself, your projections to the people that come across your timeline. God judges you on your world, not the actual world as a whole. You're judged on your world, you know, how you view your world, how you perceive others, and how you carry out, you know, your actions in your life. Okay. So when it's of a negative nature and it's consistent, you must look at it like a check and balance system. You stay in a negative. The only way you get out the negative, you do positive things. Not fake positive, like, hey girl, how you doing? I was thinking about you, so I bought you a gift. When she got pulled up, you could tell. Bitch is fake. Okay. What they saying, you could tell it's fake. That's fake love. That's fake appreciation. It has to come from a genuine place. And that genuine place must resonate over your whole body. It has to come from a loving space. And it has to come from an energetic feel that is comparable, you know, to be able to be received by others. And I'm telling you how God works. If you vibing low and somebody else vibing high, he'll separate you. He don't give a shit. He'll separate you. Mainly because of all the bad things that have been done to us before. And they took away our barriers, you know. And that's what I'm here to do, is bring those barriers back. You know, just protecting yourself physically and spiritually is important. It's vital. You know, when the life people are gone, these deaf people think that this world will continue. No. It's like how the moon was separated from the earth. The moon is the woman, the hidden parts, the portal, right? It will be something of that nature that is so catastrophic. But God can be so particular about who it hits and where. And He'll make sure you understand you don't have a chance. You don't have a leg to stand on. Because when you decided to utilize your free will, you decide to utilize your free will in the absolute heinous way to good people. 5D don't go for that. It don't matter what planet you're from. They don't go for that. You know. And so a lot of things are going to be gone. Not because of what has just happened to me and the new position that I would be receiving. It's more on the lines of the organized, systematic way that the deception was woven in to the planet. It made it like if you were crocheting and you noticed that little bitty crack in between all that, you would have to be a master at finding the little cracks. I became a master at finding little cracks. When you have a lot of things done to you, people think it will build a negative representation of yourself. When you are a determined being, it will build a positive representation of yourself. And I'm doing it not out of my ego, not out of anger, not out of spite, you know what I'm saying, or ill intentions, ill will, any of that. I'm doing this because so many people wanted me out of here. And when you haven't done anything that's worthy of being out of here, you have to figure out why that is being done to you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are not getting on my bed. No, ma'am. Nope. You went outside and you got into stuff. Let me go tend to my dog, y'all. Okay? You hear her? She is the biggest kid, the spoilest brat that I have ever encountered in my life. Ever. This is my first girl dog. I've had all boy dogs. Boy dogs is cool. You know, boy dogs don't fuss like this. But this girl, all the time, and you know what she fussing over? She knows something outside. Go and let her out. Let the house get some air. You leave it open. All right, people. I'll continue this another time. Have a wonderful Saturday. Later.